we just try to do everything a little bit different, and kind of with the whole technological background, with the wired background, Louis and Jane bring that whole kind of technology, techie edge to Tcho. And that's why we like old school San Francisco chocolate meets new age kind of Silicon Valley. And so it's kind of it's like future chocolate, you know, it's kind of cool. Louis Rosetto and Jane Metcalf have been, you know, business partners for many years, and they started Wired together, and now they're running Tcho. So it's been a very fun experience to be part of, to be able to see how they bring that whole technological world and that whole advertising and, you know, magazine world over to Tcho, and it's kind of has created what we call this new American chocolate experience from every end of the spectrum. We were founded on that kind of whole beta program, so that's how we released our first line of chocolates, you know, A versus B. We sold them online for $5, and people had them shipped to their house, or they could get a whole auto ship of different kind of iterations of the beta chocolate. They were able to taste it, not really focusing so much on the texture of the chocolate because they were all handmade, but more on just kind of the natural flavors and how the sugar comes together with maybe a certain milk that we've added in, and then a huge kind of online forum for people to give us their responses and kind of their feedback. Tcho Source is a program where we work with all of the cocoa farmers and cooperatives that we source from. So we get our cocoa beans from places like Ghana, Africa, Madagascar, Peru, and Ecuador. And so each one of those countries of origin kind of signifies a certain flavor that is associated and is inherently present within the cocoa beans. We have an Apple application that we've developed with a group called FX Pal, and what they've done is really, you know, work with us putting cameras in our facilities and in our labs, and, you know, our chocolate makers can see what's going on in these labs from their iPhones. People think the T in TCHO, Tcho, stands for technology meets chocolate. That's not necessarily the background of the name. The name actually originates from our German designer Speakerman, and they just wanted to have a 4-letter placeholder that represented chocolate for their packages back in when they were designing our early prototypes for packaging. The design aspect of it with each packaging, with the citrus chocolate and the nutty and the fruity and the chocolatey, and kind of how they've interwoven currency on top of our packaging, because chocolate back in the Mayan and the Aztec times were used as cocoa beans, and chocolate was used as a form of currency back then. It's kind of a metaphor to today. So the design aspect of it, there is always a reason and a story behind why we were so into it. Tcho's vision overall is producing the finest quality chocolate from the finest quality beans from the finest quality farms around the world, and providing an experience that really resonates with people that's a little bit different than what they're used to, and kind of getting people to think outside of the box and take a new look and have a new perspective about chocolate and the chocolate industry as a whole.